So welcome to another welcome to another video where you come have coffee with us
and spill some chisme.
Yeah, we're gonna spill some chisme. This is gonna be like a new series in my channel. So we're gonna be talking about a time where I don't know, drama. Alright, so when we talk about chisme, we're really not gonna reveal the names. We're gonna call them
SpongeBob
or
Squidward
or
Skittle.
In this case, this is gonna be her story. So we'll let her start it off.
Well, this kid, let's call him SpongeBob. SpongeBob hit me up and he was trying to get with me. And I knew he had a girlfriend, but he was trying to say that he didn't have a girlfriend and stuff, and he deleted all his pictures off his Instagram with her. And then he was like following me or whatever in school. Like he was like literally following me to my next class, and then everybody kept looking at us. And then when he hit me up at first, I thought we were just gonna be friends or whatever. So I gave him my number so we could play iMessage games. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
But I gave it to him, and he kept texting me and texting me and texting me. And then I just kept leaving him unopened. And then everybody saw us, and then this number hit me up.
By the way, she posted this thing on her story, and it said spam this number.
Yeah. And it was the number that hit me up.
Yeah, and we found out who was texting her and calling her. Anyways, continue.
Well, they hit me up, and they were like, who is this? Then I'm like, who is this? Then the person's like, I asked Squidward. Squidward was like, I asked first, then they said my name. My name's Carla, baby. Okay, and then they like said my name, and then they were like, last name, and then I was like, who is this? And then they were like, because I might know you, what's your last name? I was like, don't worry about it. I was kind of mad. And then I was like, who are you? And then they said my last name, which is Peñarrieta. Don't try to say it, because you're not going to know. No.
She just, if you're white.
Yeah. Even Mexicans don't know how to say it.
Really?
Say it.
Peñarrieta?
Peñarrieta.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
Okay. And then they said, then I was like, yeah. And then he was like, I was just wondering. Squidward said that. And then he was like, you and SpongeBob talk? I was like, who is this? Who is this? And then they were like, Charlie. Laughing my ass off. And then I was like, how the did you get my number? And then he was like, hope you know SpongeBob has a whole girlfriend. And then I was like, who the is this? And then they kept saying Charlie, and then he was like, you don't know me. I was like, laugh my ass off, who is this? And then they were like, I heard you fuck with SpongeBob, and I am just warning you, he got a whole girl. And I low-key think you're valid, which is stupid. Then I was like, who the hell is Charlie? And then they were like, don't worry about it, but do you with SpongeBob? Just wondering. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Her fat ass is eating all of them.
I
haven't even grabbed one.
After he said SpongeBob has a whole girlfriend, and okay, you're valid. She said, ... Who the hell is Charlie? He said, don't worry about it. But do you fuck with SpongeBob? Just wondering. She said, no, who is this? And he said, bitch, I already told you. Okay. Then she said, what school do you go to? He said, middle 8th. She said, how did you get my number? And he said, none, just warning you. If you don't tell me how you got my number, I'm blocking you. And he said, because what I heard is low-key foul. Don't be a hoe. Laughing my ass off. You can delete my number now. Goodbye. And she said, I'm not a hoe. That's not what I heard. Fucking with someone else's man's. She said, tell me how you got my number and I'll tell you what he's been saying. And he said, one of my friends gave it to me. Who's your friend? I don't want to see names. Well, I guess you don't want to know. And he said, but Brandon. Did I say that?
Yeah. But Brandon is my cousin. And I called Brandon a couple times off my new phone number. So when he said his name, I went up to him at lunch and I was ready to smack the living shit out of him. And I was like, who the fuck did you give my number to? And all this stuff. And then I called the number off his phone and they answered, but they didn't they weren't talking. So I went back to my TV.
And then she said, my cousin. And he said, I'm not sure. And she said last name. So show me what he be saying. I forgot his last name. And then he went on about that he forgot his last name, da 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 da. So what you trying to do? And then she said, what do you mean, what you trying to do? He said, like, are you gonna tell me the tea? And she said, no, because you're not telling me who told you. Who the fuck are you? And he said, show me first. I told you who told me. I keep my word, you don't. He said, I kept mine. My name is Charlie. I don't know me. I'm from middle school. I think he meant to say, you don't know me. I'm from middle school.
Yeah, but he wasn't. That's why.
And she said, I do though. And he said, show me now. And then she said, who the fuck gave you my number? I told you, now you can show me. Or you can go somewhere else. Or you can go elsewhere.
That's what he said.
And then she said, shut the fuck up, you don't know who I am. When I find out, it's over for you. On God, I keep my promises. And he said, ha ha ha. And she said, okay, winky face watch. And he said,
pissed
too bad, you fucking with someone else's mans. And she said, laughing my ass off, you're fucking funny because I'm talking to someone. And he said, you mean the whole town of Kingston? And she said, keep on talking. It's not really talking, it's more like texting, but what's that mean?
What floats your boat? That's what he said.
What floats your boat? And she said, okay. And he said, little ninth graders acting like they all grown and shit. And she said, yet you just said you're in 8th grade. And he said, I know, laughing my ass off, but at least I'm not talking to other people's mans.
That's when I blocked him. After that, I went up to SpongeBob, and I was like, no, I was in pool. I didn't go swimming that day, so I called SpongeBob, and I was like,
they're sisters.
Yeah, and I was like, who the fuck did you give my number to? He was like, I promise I didn't give your number to anybody. Why would I give your number to anyone if I love you and all this stuff? I was just like,
boy, who the fuck did you give my number to?
Like, I was pissed. So I started going through my phone and my contacts, and I really don't have any contacts because I knew something like this one day was going to happen because I'm not stupid. I think about the future, about incidents that might happen. So I started, like, deleting all of them, and I was, like, I texted everybody. This girl, what should we call her? Betty. She was, like...
No, Betty.
Betty.
Betty. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know you.
I'm just kidding too.
Anyways, Betty.
But Betty, she was like the last person I trusted. Like, I don't trust anybody, like, after this. Like, I known her for mad long. And I kept trying, like, scroll past her number, like, to not think that it was her. Even though, like, deep down inside, I knew it was her because she knew Squidward, the one that texted me. And that's the only person that would know Squidward.
Wait, Squidward.
Squidward, the person that texted me.
Aren't we calling him Charlie? Okay, so Squidward?
No, let's call him Charlie.
Squidward and Charlie are the same person.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was the only person that knew Charlie. Then Charlie knew SpongeBob's girlfriend. Charlie was SpongeBob's girlfriend's cousin, if that made any sense. I saw Betty in school, and I went up to her, and I was like, did you give my number to anyone? I just asked her randomly because I needed to know. And she was like, she told me to my face, Betty, she was like, I didn't tell anyone, I promise. I didn't even know that was your number. So then that happened in school.
And then, so what she forgot to say is that while we were at Moe's, I decided to call the phone on my phone. And I called, and it sounded like a little boy. It sounded like he was in class or something. And I was pretending to be like a receptionist at a doctor's office. And I was like,
Hi, I'm just calling to confirm an appointment.
And he was like, hello? Like,
yeah.
he was pretending. And I was like,
Hello, ma'am?
because I thought at the time it was a girl, because I thought it was SpongeBob's girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, I was like, ma'am, I can't really hear you. Da, 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 da. So I hung up, and Charlie calls back. And he's like, yeah, you called me. You're calling to confirm an appointment. I was like, yeah, I'm calling to confirm an appointment. And he's like, I think he said, what appointment?
Yeah, he said that. So then I was mad at the time, and I took her phone.
Because she realized who it was.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was after.
It was the third time. But I took her phone, and I was like, who the fuck are you? Like, I know you're the person that has my number and that was texting me and all this stuff. And then
it was basically like saying, do your job, you're not doing your job, to confirm your appointment. It was saying like stupid ass shit.
Yeah.
So he kept calling back, and this, like, maybe the third time he called back, it was his actual voice. And he was like, so what's up then? I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, why do you keep calling this number? I was like, you keep calling, did I say your name? Oh, no, I said...
No, because I put it on mute. I was like, I know who that is. That's Charlie. I don't want to say his name. But then I got mad because I knew who it was. So I took her phone, and then I was like... No, actually, I didn't take her phone. You were like... Then you were
I said, you're calling my friend's phone.
Yeah.
And he's like...
So that's none of your concern.
I was like...
Obviously, it's my concern. I'm calling you.
And then that's when I, like, kept on talking to him so he could talk back. And then she realized that it was Charlie. And I was like... Oh, and I knew who Charlie was. I didn't think Charlie would do something like that because, like, me and my mom would talk to him all the time, every time we saw him at parties or whatever. And he would come to us and hug us or whatever. And so as soon as she told me, I was like,
Charlie, I know who you are. You should stop doing this. If you don't stop, I'm going to go to your mom's house and I'm going to tell her everything that's going on.
And when she was on the phone with Charlie, I unblocked him to see if he would have texted me or something. And after they hung up, Charlie texted me and was like laughing my ass off. Just kidding. I was just kidding. Then I blocked him again.
After, I forgot what happened, but before we knew that it was him, I had like made a little theory that it was Charlie's little brother. But I didn't know what his name was. I was like, what the hell is his name? What the hell is his name?
So back to Betty. I called her when we were at Moe's, and I was like, you lied, like, you gave my number away. And I was cursing. And she was like, oh, I didn't give your number away and stuff. And she was lying. And then she was like, actually, Charlie came up to me at lunch or texted me.
No, she said, I don't know who gave you, what do we call Charlie's brother? We'll call him Alex. Anyways, she said, I really don't know why Alex called you. And keep in mind, when she called Betty, we did not mention that we called Charlie and that we knew that that phone number was Alex's number. And she just said, no, I don't know who gave, I don't know why Alex called you or whatever. And I put the phone on mute and I was like, you didn't even mention Alex or you didn't mention Charlie or whatever. And that's how we put everything together. Yeah. We were like, oh, hell no, it was her.
It was Betty. It was Betty all along. Bro, but I was pissed because she was the last person that I expected would have done that. It was her that probably gave my number out, and she was like, I'm gonna pull out the messages. But yeah, that's what she said, and she was like, I was like, did you give my number to anyone? She was like, no, I didn't even know this was your number, which was a lie. And then I texted her, and I was like, you lied. And then that's when we had gotten off the phone with her. And she was like, see, he doesn't want to tell me anything. Like, because we were talking about that she gave my number to him. And then she sent me a screenshot of them texting. And I guess she was like, tell me, how'd you get her number? He was like, tomorrow at lunch. I texted her the next day, and I was like, who gave him my number? And then she was like, oh, he didn't tell me. He was just talking about SpongeBob at the table. I left it at that. I didn't go to school on Friday because I was feeling sick and my stomach was hurting.
She had her floor.
TMI. Then I came to her house that day, and SpongeBob was texting me, sending me. Would you like to tell them?
Alright, so Friday when she didn't go to school, she came to my house and SpongeBob was sending inappropriate pictures to her. Not really inappropriate, but they were kind of covered, but at the same time
it was nasty.
Inappropriate. Yeah.
It was nasty, but
basically
he kept texting me saying that he wanted to call me and stuff. By that time, I had already blocked him off Instagram and my number. I just didn't block him off Snapchat to see what he would have said. And he kept denying that he wasn't dating anyone.
I think like they're just kind of like on and off.
Yeah. Keep in mind, he's in 10th grade and she's in college.
I feel bad for that girl at the same time because why are you gonna date a little ass kid and expect that he's gonna be loyal to you? Yeah. Like, why are you over here having other people create all this drama and defending your relationship when you're really the one that looks stupid, honestly. Not her. Because your man is chasing her and she's in 9th grade and you're in college. So obviously you don't mean shit to him. Right?
But he kept texting me and I kept leaving him on open. And obviously if somebody keeps leaving you on open, that means they don't want to talk to you. Am I right or not? Like, come on now. And then I finally answered. I was like, no. Like, I told him I didn't want to talk to him anymore. And he kept talking to me and talking to me and texting me and texting me and sending me pictures. I think he actually texted me no, he texted me last night, but I left him on open. Yeah, so never trust anybody that's really close to you, no matter if they're like family to you. Yep, don't trust family.
Because little did you know, Charlie and her are cousins.
Technically, yeah.
That's the thing. I don't understand why others would try to defend someone else's relationship. Obviously, if the girl isn't defending her relationship, it shouldn't be any of anyone else's concern. Because if the girl's not defending her own relationship, why are other people doing it for her? Like, obviously, she probably doesn't even care. Right?
And I wanted to text her saying, like, or she also wanted me to text her.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to text her because he's like, he tried adding me on Instagram and Snapchat. And yesterday, while he was sending inappropriate shit to her, I was like,
Oh Lord, let him send me a picture like that.
like, I'll screenshot it, send it to Christopher, and Christopher is just gonna expose him, like, on Facebook.
Yo, period.
Like, you'll see his little penis on Facebook. This wraps everything up for Coffee with Us, Spilling the Cheese Man. So next time when she comes over, we're gonna do a video of me, a story time of me, of how I beat someone's ass. Yeah, let's just say that, because if I said I got arrested, no one was gonna beat me. So I'll see you guys next time. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let me know if you guys like this girl over here in my videos. But yeah, bye.